Hi, welcome to MDT Academy. I'm Tammy, and I just wanted to get on here and clarify the difference between inner work and self-harassment. As empaths with the mother wound, out of a sincerity to heal the suffering of others, we approach our inner work, our self-healing, as a task that we have to really be hard about and strong about, and just kind of ruthless in how we do our inner work, how we do our healing of the emotional pain that we may feel, that pain body that we're constantly trying to manage in relationship to feeling the feelings of others as if they're our own. We just really are on watch, as we should be, to take care of ourselves, establish, define, and maintain healthy boundaries. As we all know, it is an ongoing job. It's a continual job. Intuitively, we know that it's a lot of work, and so we just kind of go head in. And this is what I've experienced and what I've noticed with empaths that I work with. And this is why I want to share it with you. What I have found is that if we approach these challenges issue by issue, we can kind of give ourselves some breathing room. What happens is we will, for example, start a diet because we know that our health is really waning. And I know for me, that's a really important thing for me to manage my intake of my food, my intake of my environment, what I'm breathing, what I'm drinking. As a highly sensitive person that is of the highest of the sensitive people, an empath, what I sometimes will do is I will be too hard on myself with what I eat and how much I eat, and becoming really regimented to the point that I'm harassing myself about how much of this did you eat, or you must be feeling this particular pain in your body, or drained because you ate too much of that, or you didn't eat enough of this. And the difference between doing the inner work around managing that, I have found, is how much peace I'm feeling about where I am in my healing journey in relationship to that particular issue. So we want to go issue by issue. So in that example, I have found that if I kind of take a breather and relax and really take a bird's eye view, really kind of observe for myself what I've been doing and why I have been eating the way I've been eating. A plant that is drooping, we will look at it and we'll say, wow, I wonder if it needs more water, or does it need more sun? Does it need to be repotted? Does it need food? And that's what I'm learning to do with myself is, wow, I'm really feeling drained. I know I've really been nourishing myself the best way I can. I've been drinking enough water, and it hasn't been all teas, which are fine, but sometimes I just need a lot of water to detox. I've been doing that, and I just find myself going down kind of a checklist, and sometimes I'll find that I just need to stop harassing myself. I'm doing everything I can do. Let the plant absorb the water. Sometimes the plant is drooping and then you give it some water and it takes a day. And sometimes if it's a really big plant, it might take several days for it to kind of plump back out if it's been dry for a while. I've found that if I do that with myself, once I know that I've been doing the best I can with my inner work, invariably that's what happens. Instead of going down that path of self-harassment, because when we harass ourselves that way, we begin to identify with an abusive, abandoning, divine, great mother. and we are projecting our birth mother experience with MDT onto the divine and onto the great mother that is protecting us and guiding us through our spirit team of angels, guides, and ancestors. And so we're not as receptive, and our intuitive downloads are not as reliable. So if we just do that issue by issue, and I do that with my diet, and then if I'm having challenges in my relationships that seem really not to go away, and a lot of these things have to do with our birth chart placements and the transits of the planets, and we're going to get into that when we finish our series on the real ones. So right now at MDT Academy, we're talking about the 3 types of mother wound empaths, and we're talking about, at this particular time, psychic empaths this week. So when we finish that, we're going to kind of transition more into God and astrology, the divine, on the level of what we understand on a cultural, traditional basis, and what we know from an occult, from a spiritual, from a historically scientific basis, and how we have used this historical scientific knowledge since the beginning of time to manage our diets, our relationships. And so relationships are really, important. The 3 things, as we know, as empaths, many of us are readers. We use the Mama Drama Trauma Healing Oracle deck, the tarot. We use different signs and symbols to connect with space, that timeless energy that we pick up. We want to delineate between that inner work that we're doing as the real empaths, doing our work, working on that connection so that we can heal the suffering of others by first healing it within ourselves. So I wanted to kind of share that with you and just kind of begin to introduce. There are ways that sometimes we self-sabotage in our sincere effort to do our inner work, and we want to be mindful of that. And there are techniques that we can use to help us give ourselves more breathing space that we're going to explore more here at MDT Academy. Thanks for watching, listening to the podcast, subscribing, and liking. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Great Mother speaks. I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Mammy, and Mother Mary.